Welcome to another edition of Breaking News brought to you by Source Selection Soundbites. Today we will discuss the case of Logan Corrido, LLC or LC decided by the General Accountability Office or GAO. In this case, the Department of Veterans Affairs or VA had a requirement for grounds maintenance services at the Nashville National Cemetery. The agency issued a combined synopsis solicitation under the authorities of FAR 12 and FAR 13. Using the comparative evaluation process outlined in FAR 13, the agency intended to award the contract to the responsible offerer whose proposal provides the best benefit to the government by considering three evaluation factors: technical approach, an understanding of the work, past performance, and price. According to the RFP, the agency would evaluate all factors, including the technical factor, by performing a comparative evaluation in accordance with FAR 13.106 to determine which response represents the best as a whole. That is, proposals would not be assessed and assigned individual ratings, but would be evaluated by performing a direct comparison of one proposal with another. The agency reserved the right to consider a response that proposes more than the minimum and select that response if it provides a benefit to the government. The agency received 11 proposals and eventually awarded to Yellowstone. They took corrective action in response to a protest, reevaluated, and again determined that Yellowstone was the best value to the government. After being notified, LC filed a protest against the award. The protester contends that the evaluation of technical proposals was unreasonable because, among other things, the agency applied unstated evaluation criteria and misread LC's proposed approach to the work. Specifically, LC argued that the agency should have credited the experience of its team members as equal to the corporate experience of Yellowstone itself. The agency responds that it reasonably performed a direct comparison of the proposals, submitted in a manner consistent with the solicitation. En route to finding against the protester, the GAO stated that in comparing proposals, an agency may properly consider specific advantages that make one proposal of higher quality than another. Moreover, GAO continued, even where a solicitation allows, or even specifically provides for, consideration of the experience of proposed subcontractors, we do not find that an agency is prohibited from discriminating between proposals based on whether the experience is the offerer's, the firm with which it will be in privity of contract as the prime contractor, or a proposed subcontractor's. Here, GAO found no basis to question the agency's finding that direct experience of the offerer itself was better than experience offered by virtue of a proposed subcontractor. In addition, the GAO stated, in comparing proposals, an agency may properly consider specific advantages that make one proposal of higher quality than another. The agency's identification of a distinction between proposals does not equate to the agency's application of an unstated evaluation criterion. Moreover, the RFP here specifically identified that the VA reserved the right to consider a response that proposes more than the minimum and select that response if it provides a benefit to the government. Given these facts, the protest was denied. Now, let's address a few of the lessons learned from this protest. They include: 1. In simplified acquisition procedures, the agency may directly compare quotations and forego rating them. 2. In comparing quotations, an agency may properly consider specific advantages that make one quotation of higher quality than another. And 3. Direct comparison is one of the streamlining procedures set forth in FAR 13 Simplified Acquisition Procedures. In this episode of Source Selection Soundbites, we discuss the LC case and some nuances of the direct comparison streamlining methodology. This concludes today's Source Selection Soundbite. If this video was helpful, hit the like and subscribe button to ensure you don't miss any new material. If you want more details on the subject, they are available on the Source Selection Answer app. It contains lectures, quizzes, court cases, sample documents, and more material that allows practitioners to quickly obtain actionable knowledge. Thanks for watching. See you next time.